Okay guys, just to update the case for identity theft. Okay, identity theft, it's the main case. Okay, main case, because I won the inheritance case quite long ago, since, like I said, since 2020. They are the Supreme Court, and mostly are Supreme Court, they are arranging the documentation for me. So during that period, I've already been given the access to grant funding for many countries. Okay, for many countries. In fact, a lot of world leaders know that I'm the sole owner and beneficiaries of our world world trust. Okay, the entire world trust. But of course, we have already amended some changes to the name of the trust because of frauds, because they have used the imposter as me, and she has been receiving my benefits for over 5 to 6 years. Okay, receiving benefits that don't belong to her. Okay, her family wasn't the one who have inherited the inheritances. So how come they release the benefits or the salary or any type of um, usages that a sole owner or a beneficiary will be able to receive? Okay, whether it's for my own children, for my spouse, or for my family members. Okay, so what happened was, they had used an imposter, okay, to become me, and they claim all those benefits to themselves. Okay, that's what happened. This is a inheritance heist case. So inheritance heist, right, is actually a criminal case. It's a criminal case. It's not a civil rights case, but although it infringed my civil rights, that's the different area that you guys got to look into. But mainly it's criminal in nature, because it's sort of like a white collar crimes. Okay, white collar crimes. So I need you guys to really nail this case, the imposter. Okay, like I suspected is this Lily, who has been, they have used her as the imposter to apply for my position, using her photo but using my name. They do the forgery like that, do a switch of identity. Say she go apply for the trust benefits, but she place her photo on the trust. Or say, let's say, they get her to attend the court, or it could be anyone else. Like previously, there was a case like this in South Korea. The former first lady of South Korea was already in prison because she usurped my identity. So my identity is not for simply for anybody to take it and defraud, and then you expect there will be no consequences. Okay, then you are very wrong, because this implicated a lot of things around the world. You see why US and Iran, they couldn't get the deal done, because my identity issue is not resolved. It's not resolved. They are still leeching on my identity. The imposters, I don't know how many imposters are there that they have used. Okay, they are still leeching on my identity, where I, as a actual beneficiary and sole owner, and I'm the one who unblocked and created all our programs for all the stakeholder nations, but I'm the only one did not receive anything for years. Even though you guys have approved my program, you guys have consented the mechanism that I have proposed, the gold remonetization program, okay, and other types of military programs. All of those are all already been consented and granted, approved by the court, okay, approved by the probate court and also the Supreme Court. So why did I not receive any of my own don't say anything. The most basic, my benefits as a beneficiary for my own trust work, okay, my own salary from my own company, that also has been stolen and defrauded by the scam syndicate and also the corrupt politicians that are abetting them to do all this kind of uh, inheritance heist and fraud. Okay, that's why the US Iran deal, if you guys want to really get a deal done with Iran, okay, you firstly have to solve my identity crisis problem. Now I'm having an identity crisis, not about the gender kind of identity crisis, but my identity as the sole owner and beneficiary of our world trust, okay? The trust that I have set up is for our world. Okay, it can be used for many countries. So if you want to put your negotiation on the table, firstly, my identity problem must be solved. There can be nobody that is receiving my benefits that is for me, okay? That is wrong. If you are giving it to a imposter, you're giving it to let's say Meghan Markle, you're giving it to Melania Trump or Ivanka Trump, you know, my portion of my salary that has already been approved, or my portion of profits that has been approved, that's supposed to come back to my account in Malaysia, and they somehow use an imposter to pull the money away from accounts, okay, then that is all frauds. It's all part of a scam and grand larceny that is going on in the banks or in the government department or in the judicial system itself. So it will affect whatever you guys want to negotiate to end the escalation or end the blockade of Straits of Hormuz. Because as the owner of the trust, my identity once is undermined by the law, you already breach the contract. Even though Iran, they can say they are not they are not confined in the or obliged to follow the admiralty law because they are not part of the pact somehow, but we still can say that this is the admiralty law falls under the international water, okay, international water. So if my identity is not restored, that means they don't have any reason to follow the instruction, that to follow the international admiralty law, you understand? So it's very important that you guys restore my identity, restore who I represent in this world, who I am in this world, in this trust itself that we establish, right? When we took down the fake monarchy, okay, and the fake queen, then we established our trust globally, right? So things should work as according to the law and not as you please. Not because you want to secure a certain things for your country, and then you can just breach the rule of law, okay, then there is no difference for with the anarchist government, okay. So in that sense, that's why I always pressure you guys on nailing the identity theft case, whether it's have been committed in Malaysia or it's been committed in US, Singapore, or UAE or UK, anywhere at all. As long as they defrauded my identity to obtain certain things, all those cases must be nailed down. You know, even in China, they have already nailed their cases, right? They have already done the conviction, prosecution of the people who work for the central banks or the investment firm. So for my situation right now here is, I don't know which imposter that you guys gonna prosecute, but just as I have demanded, you cannot let it go off just scot free. You cannot let the case go off just like it doesn't matter. It cannot. It has to be taken seriously and bring it to the justice, and they have to be prosecuted and imprisoned, okay, people who were involved in this kind of crime. Thank you.